Good afternoon. Well, it's about 6 years or 7 years. I was here in 2017, and again I'm here in 2023. And when I came in, I see a lot of changes are taking place. Okay, the auditorium at that time I talked, and the auditorium I'm seeing, there is a vast difference. And this difference might be showing the Indian face, the change of Indian face. Okay, so changes are happening, and that is the first line that is coming to my mind, that how changes are happening. Well, with this first word, let me thank Professor Kaur, my friend, and we have been friends for quite long time, since 1989. Okay, so quite long time we are friends, and I thank him very much for inviting me for this occasion today. I also thank our Swamiji. This is a very unique kind of chance to me to sit with a Swami. I've never been with any Swami on the dais, and he's a very famous person. And I also thank him that we are sharing the dais. Also, Professor Ruchika, I know her quite a long time, and she's very helpful at my personal life also, by the way. And Professor Mukta. Okay, and dear students, I was not supposed to talk to you today, but all of a sudden I find that I have to talk. Now, what to talk and how to talk, that's a big question. And I can talk also on India. Okay? The present Indian development, or the new face of India, what I'm saying is somehow we have to contribute some part to the war in Ukraine. Okay? The war in Ukraine, if you look at, it has thrown the whole world in a sort of dilemma, and we find the changes of the global dynamics as well, economic, politics, and other things. So back in 2020, what we could not see, we are seeing a different world in 2023, and it's because of the Ukraine war, by the way. And this Ukraine war has brought the Indian face, the face India deserved, and India should get long back. Okay, all of a sudden we find that India is a major power. India is playing a big role and trying to become the global South leader. Global South is a term which is emerging, and we find that G20 has also shown the India's position. I'll tell you something about this Ukraine war and the future changes that are going to happen. There are many things going to happen in the world once the war is over. The first thing that is going to happen is de-dollarization of the world, dollarization process, and then the de-dollarization process is on, and we find that in the near future many currencies will come up. Maybe we'll see a globe where many currencies, a basket of currencies can come up, but not all of them will be equally circulated. Among them, we find that Indian rupee is one. Okay, Indian rupee is going to take a much bigger space, much bigger place in the near future. Second thing is the permanent decline of Europe. Europe is declining like anything, and my prediction is that, means I'm thinking, maybe other people are also thinking, I'm a small person, but even then, I believe that Europe is falling, and the decline of Europe is permanent this time. Europe is, if we look at the European development for 400 years, it was based on looting of colonies, and by 1950s onward, 1970s onward, the colonies are gone. So one source of their rise and growth is gone. Second source was the United States. It helped after Second World War, but that source is again, I'm not sure how Europe is being held by the United States. And from 19 onward, well, other things are there, industrial growth is there, but we find that after 1990s, European growth was based on two things. One was the cheap commodity from China. Second thing was the cheap gas from Russia. It was Soviet Union. After that, after 1992, it was Russia. And if you look at the present position, they have lost everything. Okay, they don't have this cheap sources. They don't have other resources. They don't have human being as us. Whole of Europe is having this demographic problem. So this time, I'm finding that this war has done something that it will show that Europe will be declining, and this decline should be permanent, to my view. And if a civilization grows, if a country grows, the decline may not be eminent one. Very Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, so it was very eminent. But whole of Europe, if you look at the continental Europe, it is on a declining path. Now, on the one side, we are finding Europe is declining, but on the other side, we are finding something with the rise of Asia. This rise, we can see, started from 1990s onward, and the whole economic gravity of the world, if you look at, the gravity of the world is shifting towards Asia. And in that shifting process, we of course have to acknowledge that it's because of China first, and then after 30 years is India. So in this new context, Japan, the place of where I work is Japan, but I'm not very bullish about Japanese position in the future. But definitely we have to think about China, we have to think about Indonesia, we have to think about the Middle East as well, along with India. Why Middle East? You can see that Middle East is a growing zone, and if Saudi Arabia as well as Iran, if they can work together, if they can have a growth path together, then Middle East is the central point again. The growth phase will shift also there. So in Asia, the rise of Asia will be retained by four powers basically, I find. The first is China, second is India, third is Indonesia, and fourth is Middle East. Okay, so first one, de-dollarization. Second one, the decline of Europe. Third one, the rise of Asia. And within that, we find the place of India. And the topic you have selected, topic you have chosen for today's discussion is very relevant, very important. And I'm very much bullish about India's future. But you have to keep in mind that who in India will be leading this modern development or modern development movement of India. Somehow I have a feeling that in this race might be the southern people are doing better. That is my view. I've been traveling all over the world, and I'm finding this. If I look back 10 years, 20 years, I used to find a lot of Bengalis and northern people there outside. But if you go abroad right now, and if you look at the Indians who are the faces, if you look at, they are mostly coming from south, and that shows something. And also, presently in the United States, you know one name, his name is Vivek Ramaswamy, Vivek Ramaswamy is the second person in the Republican Party, second most popular person. He is from south, by the way. I should not say he is, his parents are, okay? They are from Kerala. So, I'm saying that India has future. Why India has future? We can give a lot of things. India is doing better in trade. India is doing better in IT sector. India is doing better in pharmaceuticals. India is doing better in ISRO kind of thing. ISRO is doing better than many of the organizations in the world. Even sometimes we find that what NASA could not do that easily, ISRO has done it. Okay, so these are some of the issues I'm finding that shows that India is rising. But this rise may not be that small. There are many obstacles in the front of India, and the responsibility here comes to the young generation, young people, whether they will accept this moment. I'm saying the Indian moment. In 1990s, we said it was China phenomenon. In 2020s, we are saying India's moment, India's rise is visible now. But this moment has to be taken by the Indian youth. It's your responsibility to take it forward. We have seen that Indian movement, nearly Indian movement came in 1947, but somehow it did not happen. Okay, there was also signs in the past that India was rising. It could not happen. It did not happen. But this time it looks very much possible. So we have to do it. Indian population has to accept it, and they have to do it. And if they can do, I believe that by 2050 or by 2070, India may be number 2 economy in the world, maybe even 1 in the world. Okay? So the responsibility is yours, the younger generation. It is your responsibility to take it forward. And I may not be surviving for that. You will be surviving, and take this chance, take this opportunity. I believe that India will be a great power again in the world. Thank you so much for inviting me.